fuck you. See, I get a kick out of him. You know what I really fell in love with him? He was calling an Augie. He goes, I want you to answer this question. He's like, your fans are fucking retards. I'm a fucking retard, and you need to. It was so funny. He's so funny. You're
not streaming, also, by the way. Like for me.
Oh, am I streaming?
I think you're live now.
Am I live now?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Let's go.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me
There it is.
Oh, just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Oh, just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Yeah, broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is most badass YouTube broadcast on all the known land legends. And I'm Tommy C. This is Shot from the Point. Hello, everyone. Hello. Got Jenny behind the glass. Did they hear me talking to Smaggle?
How
long was I live for?
I think so. I literally just saw your face for a second. As soon as I saw it go on.
Oh, fuck.
No, they didn't. So
no.
Good.
Good. Well, I do have some bad news on the Smaggle front, although we're not done by a long shot. I talked to Willie, and he, look, Willie's blowing up, and I don't think he could justify the time. He's getting married. He's doing a lot of stuff. I don't think he kind of justified. He kind of explained his whole day to me, and it just wasn't going to work for him. I am not done with the Smaggle idea. I've got a few more ideas. I just had a little bit of a meeting with Smaggle, and I plan to have more. So the Smaggle cast is not as... I wouldn't say Willie let us down. He can't justify it. He can't do it. Like, he explained what his day was like, work, the money coming in, what he wanted from the show. I couldn't even appease him as far as the stuff. So he's on his own YouTube journey right now, and I don't think this is gonna work. It's not out of the realm of possibility for us to work together in the future, but as far as something like weekly, probably not gonna happen. So I'm not done with the Smaggle idea. I've got a few. I even got another YouTuber in mind. And I also got an idea of just me and him. So I'm kind of committed to doing something with Smaggle. And then we'll see. Eric Williams, why do I know that name? I don't know. Welcome to Shot from the Point. YouTube's Megalomaniac, DarkViperAU. So let's just get right into it. This is too funny. So I guess he put out a why do unhappy losers live for drama? Well, that's kind of considering a guy that couldn't get a date forever. Where's he get off calling anybody an unhappy loser? I got to be honest with you. Most of the unhappy losers that I see are in gaming. They're all miserable and they're mad that things haven't gone their way. They say things like this.
Tons of controversies. The internet sucks. You do not need to have everyone on the internet like you to be successful. You just need some amount of people to like you. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if live streaming, he is more successful than I am. It is a weird thing to say out loud that a known pedophile being outed as a pedophile will still be more successful than me.
That's megalomania. That's megalomania.
Listen, fuckhead.
Tommy C's cat. Hey, welcome back, Tommy C's cat. Yeah, that's what it is. Can you believe this? This is also the same guy that throws fits over people passing his record in games. He's absolutely he's a competitive gamer, competitive speedrunner, but he's absolutely has zero sportsmanship whatsoever. The whole world's out to get him. He clearly cannot take any criticism for his ideas. And he's just, he's a nut. And he's saying other people are unhappy. I mean, I don't know. It'd call me crazy, but rather than address some of the criticisms people have made of you, address some of the criticisms which are wildly insane, hope to censor your critic. Well, really hope to censor your critics, but frame it as if it's some kind of crime against content creators when all you do is just talk. You're not, Jesus Christ, this is not iDubbbz in his prime here. It's really
Do you have a clip
funny
of
to
that?
me that you would think everybody else is just running around miserable. And then your whole thing about not being able to get a date forever. Dark Viper is jealous of Doc. Shocker, it was him of all people. Yeah, of course. Why would you? I wouldn't want to be Doc. We even with the money. I can't believe somebody beat my speed run. I can't believe that this known pedophile.
Yeah, we'll be more successful.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Meg, how could anybody be more successful than me? I'm so important. Me. And then nobody believes it. It's funny. Like he says that Nick DiOrio doesn't believe what he says. I can assure you he does. Doesn't believe what he says. And I think that's projection on your part because, you put something out there and any kind of criticism that you comes to you is somehow stealing your content. You framed a perfectly good argument against, content, copyright infringement into what's clearly, it's all about you, the megalomaniac. So he goes away. Isn't it weird this guy turtles and cries whenever he gets criticized, but pokes every time, every few months when he's not in the news? Yeah, some truth in that. And why would you care about the commentary community if you're making more money and doing really well and people like what you do? That's ego. This is a serious question. Let me yap you for engagement because my PC is Chrome, and this is at least somewhat interesting. There are no bears with any interest in me. This is responding to the other guy. Are you joking?
Are you gonna be able to read this?
Yeah. There never have been. Why? Why would I?
Well, just because you're dyslexia.
Well, I've read before.
I'll figure
Just
it.
keep offending the dregs of the online ecosystem, the whiny drama children. I've never met anybody who whined more in my entire life. I mean, you can't even keep a friendship or relationship. Why? Because you're a megalomaniac. I do this simply by existing and rightly, like most creators, thinking them dumb. Those who buy their lies and stupidity. And notice you notice he's one of those guys that calls everybody a liar but never addresses what they lied about. I've noticed that because it's easier. Rather than take the criticism, rather than say, hey, this is why Nick DiOrio's wrong, then it's, they're just liars. And you can do that. So you can do that when you have a built-in audience. You can tell them anything. Those who buy their lies are stupidly not my audience, but I sincerely do pity them. This is the Christian version of this. I hope you don't end up in hell for what you did. I hate to see you die in charred walls of the damned with the devil sticking a poker up your ass. That's what that is. Nicholas DiOrio is a grifter. He openly said that all what he does is for show. Show? I know he does it for money and he wants to move up, but for show? So by saying show, it's not real.
Do you have a clip of that?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Forced drama.
It is
Forced
made forced drama. So he's basically saying it's forced drama. DarkViperAU and Technicals should start a podcast. I actually wouldn't throw Technicals in that crew. Dark Viper and Maddox, definitely. They're completely delusional. Technicals is just dishonest. That's it. Just dishonest. He would retweet this if it was a Ku Klux Klansman because it's Nick DiOrio. He's just bad faith. So I wouldn't go. Maddox is perfect because he's completely unwilling to address anything like why is my career sucks. He can't even address it. It's everybody else's fault. So they have the same disability, so to speak, and he's a megalomaniac too. He just knows what particular audience wants to hear and irrationally hates me. There's another way to not address any of the complaints against you. I gotta be honest, you're a pretty insufferable person. You look completely and totally miserable. So it's not that everybody's a liar, completely irrational, but we're not going to talk about any kind of criticism towards you. And most of the criticism from Nick has been, I know he's done a stream on some of the stupid stuff he said, but most of it's just laughing at you. What is he? He's the 15 pages guy, right? or 14.
Yes, 14 pages.
Yeah, like, and you actually tried to say that was some kind. You tried to frame that as abuse towards you, like some kind of legitimate form of abuse, because nobody accepted your megalomaniac rants. This is why he's fairly stated that he hates to be reminded I exist. That's just it's hyperbole for just thinking you're dopey, following my every utterance. And I make about tweeting about me literally hundreds of times. I am his obsession. This is the most common trope of any YouTuber. The most common. It all goes down. It all goes down the same thing. Now we have obsession. He doesn't really mean what he says, and lies. He can't point any of it out. So from what I could see, Nicholas Diorio, throw Tipster, Keffels, Bunty King. I think he likes making fun of people that are completely unself-aware, complete nuts, people that think they're important. That's what I think, because everybody seems to have a pattern. They're both hilarious lolcows. It's not an obsession. It's fucking funny. But no, that couldn't be it, because that would mean I'm not perfect. That video almost has no views. He's mentally unwell and projects it on me instead of getting help. I can personally attest that Nick believes in what he says, and he's not just saying stuff for the sake of saying stuff. Because I guess that would make him right. Then all the criticism would be just illegitimate that he won't address. When he screams, the funny thing about Nick is Nick kind of agrees with him on some of the stuff, some of the stuff he says, as far as content theft. He actually is on the same page.
Yeah.
But like the thing with Dark Viper is he's just so out to lunch, so so ungrounded that he's even told me privately that you make people that share your argument just look terrible. And I think one of the reasons it makes terrible because it's not coming from an honest place. It's coming from a place where I want people not to be able to make fun of me. And one of the reasons I could say that is you've talked before about how this hurts you deeply mentally, as if it's some kind of crime. It's not somebody just making fun of some retard on the internet. It's worse than that. It's across the Rubicon. When he screen captures this video and lies about their contents, yeah, I'm sure. If he's such a liar, somebody would have called him. Nick has a lot of enemies, boy. A lot. He similarly knows. And I tell you something, why Technicals is still retweeting this stuff. And I heard Technicals, because Technicals, here's what happened to Technicals. It had nothing to do with Nick Diorio. Technicals stuck up for a guy named Zero that has no fucking remorse about having a sexual conversation with how old was she? 12? 11? Some shit like that?
I want to say 14.
14? And 14? And has gone on and says it's a proven fact this girl's never existed. I only got catfish. Like it mattered. You thought she was like 14. So
yeah, because the Discord DMs.
What did I say about Technicals? Once you fucking die on this hill, this is where you stay. You stay in the Smash community for people that are sympathetic for people of Zero, and that's exactly what happened to Technicals. Exactly what I predicted happened to Technicals. Instead of coming up and I say I dropped the ball in the video and I deleted the video, and my friends are coming to me that won't support this video. There's a good reason for it. He decided to die on the hill, and he's really not that relevant outside of his own the own audience he ever built. We're talking about a guy that had iDubbbz level talent and just started to believe in his own bullshit, like he'd get people off that didn't A, deserve it, and B, were guilty. Let's see. Why Nick's self-hatred, boy, that's a lot of projection. That's a lot of good guesses. Self-hatred has led him to nonstop about anyone he believes is better than himself. So that's why Nick does it. He's often in very creative ways. Those videos of mine specifically come. He's not even talking about. Nick's never made a video on him. He's just done streams on him, right? And then clipped them.
Yeah. No, there's been no main channel video.
And I don't know what he's complaining about because they really haven't had much of an effect. His audience is die hard. They get my rambles. I will shift my views on behavioral psychology. You're not in a position to fucking make any kind of. You're not as much position as I am. And this screams at somebody that wants to be seen as intelligent.
Okay, buddy.
To the size of behavioral psychology, the size of my cock, and how long it takes to eat soup by largely young editors, and they're not very serious videos. I challenge you to take any one of Nick's criticisms that aren't ad hominems, like the stuff that you said, the stuff that's really important to you, and defend your position after those criticisms. I challenge you. You'll never do it. You'll just say he's lying. And that's what most of these guys, that's what FaZe Banks did to me. You're lying. About what? About what? Oh, do you want to hear something? Guess what? Speaking of, does anybody remember the FaZe Banks days? Put one in the chat when I had my issue with Banks. Does anybody remember that? Do you remember the guy that sued him at Barley House? He just got picked up, not Banks, for a murder and rape rap. The Barley House owner. I shit you not. DM King. Let me see if I get his stream. I'm going off topic here, but this is really funny. Oh, I can't because I can't have access to my. I'll show you those things. Stay tuned for that. Yeah. All right, I'm sick of reading this anyway. Let's watch this stupid video. I'm going to switch because he's blocked me on the other chat. Mr. I Could Take Criticism blocked me on the one chat. I don't even know if I ever said anything on all that bit. Here's a DM King wrote me. Is there anything else I can't see? Okay, no. DM King writes me all much stuff. I don't think he'll mind me showing the DMs. There's an interesting story about the recently. By the way, me and DM King met over this, and I was very mean to him. I thought he's ridiculous. I still think he's ridiculous for defending FaZe Banks, but this is funny nonetheless. Do you remember the whole FaZe Banks Barley House Cleveland incident? Now 43-year-old owner has been charged with kidnapping, rape, strangulation, and attempted murder. Excuse me. Wasn't murder. And I said not to fuck with that guy. Yeah, it should be noticed the guy caused controversy recently when he refused to put on the Olympics on TV because he was protesting the opening ceremonies where they showed drag kings, Last Supper. And I wrote, I agree with him.
Click on the article, man.
So let's listen to him, and the pedophile's getting more views than he is. Clearly not a megalomaniac. Constantly just thinks about himself. And I think there is a touch of autism here. And there's also an ape-like appearance.
As a live streamer. Wow. I suck. Phrased in those terms, that doesn't seem very good. Anyway, the internet sucks. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up on Kick or something. He did get demonetized on YouTube, right? But that will probably come back eventually as well, if it hasn't already. I'm sure Doc will just embrace an edgy persona of fuck you, I don't care about anything kind of thing, and we'll just move on. Is it unfair that Robert Downey Jr. is being given $80 million?
That's all he covered on him. Dr. Disrespect.
This is unfair. God, man. You have to be a retard to listen to this guy. He's so fucking self-involved. And make yourself fucking fatter. You're fat. You're fat like me.
I mean, there is the drama content. People are unhappy losers. There's that video.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next. That's what I want to do. Let's see. Unhappy losers. Here we go.
So I posted this without any context, and I want to give some. I say here on Twitter, I struggled with positive/negative misconceptions of me, worsening when grifters begun lying about me for engagement, leading to comically distorted views. But I've slowly accepted this.
Of course, those views I never jest, and I just say they're distorted and they're lies.
As a part of my job, finding comfort in the esteem of those who know me and ignoring those who don't. This post originally was like twice the amount of characters and had a bit more context, but I cut it down so I didn't say show more or whatever for Twitter. Basically, within the last few months and a few months ago or whatever, there were a handful of videos made about me that were from start to finish entirely false in humorous ways.
Does he show any examples?
No, but if you look at the title of this whole part, it's I stopped caring so much about misinformation. This whole thing is just him caring about misinformation.
Yeah.
Part caused by particular individuals' ignorance, some aspects just being stupidity, and other aspects being maliciously lying about things.
He's the biggest no you guy arguer on the planet. Everything's no you.
And
he argues like a fucking 3-year-old, literally. He's emotionally about 12, but
my intention originally was to respond to at least some of this. But there are a few reasons why this...
What, by saying they're liars and really unhappy and they're not really telling the truth because they're grifting off of your ultimate power? There's plenty of other YouTubers. That's the thing that gets me about the obsession YouTubers, as I like to call them. There's always somebody bigger to criticize that you'll get more views from. Always. So they think, well, they're doing this for some other reason. No, it's your takes are that bad. That's what it is. Your takes are that bad and they're that amusing.
Came very hard. The first is I couldn't understand what parts of it were malicious lies, what parts of it was sincere stupidity, and what parts were just ignorance and indifference to ignorance.
Or because you'd have to explain it. You'd have to explain yourself.
And so it made it very hard to have a particular consistent tone throughout any video that I wanted to make. More than this, traditionally in my...
How much you want to bet he didn't watch one video about himself? Not one. I'd bet any amount of money. I bet he saw the thumbnail. I bet he saw the title and he said, that's not true, and just moved on.
Past, when people have misrepresented me or either intentionally or unintentionally, it's one topic. And so it's easy to drill down into that one topic and explain why a person is wrong. In this case, there was no interest in a particular story. It was just in slandering me to as many people as possible.
He can't do it. This is really, I mean, this is like mental ill. He cannot do it. He can't point, he's saying, I can't, he's giving you a reason why he can't pinpoint the criticism. So he speaks in generality so he can say, in general, they're all lives.
That they could reach, right? And so a lot of it was talking about things that happened eons ago or scattershotting random clips of me from
specifics.
The last 10 years without context or lying about the context of what those clips were.
I can see why you don't want people fucking speaking over your content. I can 100% see it, because when I play the entire context and stop the video, you can't say that I'm taking out of context because I'm playing your video. You just don't like the commentary.
And so rather than it being
it's all just lies. Yeah, wow.
One topic, it was like 8
there be misinformation, yeah.
80 topics, sometimes only touched on for like 5 seconds. So to address it all, even somewhat.
How about start with one? Start with like one thing.
Almost 2 minutes.
He is too lazy to nitpick. I'm sure there's somebody that said something completely off the wall or a complete fucking lie. So so he can do this, and he doesn't like what most people do is they take one guy, right, with a crazy fucking take about him, and they basically try to use that one guy and try to all the other critics are just the same. He doesn't even do that. He just, in general, without naming, everything's lies.
What competently would take like hours. Like we're talking like 3.
You know what? I can't do your whole fucking video. I can't do it. You could do 1 to 5 things, no problem, and debunk it.
4-hour-long video kind of thing. And so I didn't know how I wanted to structure things to hit at least the main lies and leave the rest without it being.
He's becoming with a fantastic excuse why he does not have to give an example. That's amazing.
Suggested that I was avoiding certain topics.
And
all these thoughts were happening while I was busy with Aitana and busy with trying to maintain my normal level of work while having more in real life adventures and doing things that actually matter. And so I just kind of left it. I wrote like some pages, and then over the next couple of months, if I had a bit of free time, I'd jot down like a
word salad,
a note or two or something that I should
all this is big word salad
mention in one of these videos. And it just
by the way.
What?
We got a Xylee raid, by the way.
Xylee! Thank you, Xylee. I do appreciate it.
Kept getting longer and longer and longer until eventually I finally sat down one day and said, look, maybe I should just like start on one of these video scripts. And I realized it had been now like 3 months or something. And I was like, why do I care about this again? I can't remember.
So he's gonna do a whole video? Where are we? Where are the drama community on Happy Losers? Where does he get to that?
What the fuck is the point?
I mean, honestly, I would just stick through the whole video because
he doesn't even mention it.
It gets to a good part.
He makes this about him.
No.
He makes this whole thing about him.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
None of these people care what's true, and none of the people.
About halfway through, because he starts talking about how he was technically happy before his girlfriend, but then like he goes all over the place.
I hope she marries him and takes him for everything.
Who watched this garbage?
So
and
I do, because something tells me that's what's going on. He's got money.
who believe it are going to give two fucks what I have to say. Like, anyone who knows so little about me or finds so little value in my content.
This is like absolute megalomania. It is all about him. This is supposed to be about other people. And this is about the people that criticize him and how they lie and the reasons they lie, which happen to be just a bunch of psychological stuff, a bunch of psychological stuff. They're mentally ill. But he never addresses one single thing. And oh, by the way, conveniently, he can't because it's just too much. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
That they're willing to listen to grifters lie and just misrepresent for engagement.
He's gonna repeat himself
and like
over
believe
and over again.
clearly false things.
Like?
Either not going to watch my video
Like?
or not going to care what I have to say anyway.
I want you. You'll fucking claim it. You're always trying to claim it.
If they do. Just out of curiosity, I looked at my analytics a little while ago, and I looked at the dates where some of these videos came out, and I did not lose a single fucking subscriber. Not even one.
This is one thing I will give him credit for, right? And he probably sees this as, and there are drama YouTubers to do this. They do this so they can like sort of watch the meter go down, right? I'm not one of those fucking guys, right? But he probably sees that as you're trying to ruin my career. You're trying to get the meter to go down. His audience is ingrained and engaged with his megalomania.
God, yeah.
Yes, they are. There's no doubt about it. So what he just said is every time somebody makes these videos making me look like the jackass that I am, I'm terrified that I'm going to lose viewers. And here's the good news: you're not. They're complete. They're just bad takes, right? People are okay with your bad takes. The only thing that could ever happen to you is if you rip somebody off, you did somebody super dirty, you covered something up, like in order to get your, or they find that your own audience finds out you've been lying to them. That's the only thing, and I don't know that you have. That's the only thing that's going to take you down. Because basically what you have is a bunch of people that don't interested in drama content, and they see it, and some maybe rightfully so, as just a bunch of stupid shit. You see it as a threat, an absolute threat. And I think at some level, you're afraid your audience is going to find out some of the criticism against you is dead fucking on. Hence why you won't address it. You won't even do the dirty trick of you're like, see this commentator Smaggle Daggle? See what he said about me? It's completely fucking wrong. And then try to shift that to Chud Logic. That's probably why you went after Chud, because Chud probably got you pinned. And there's the other thing is the ridiculously comical things you say. And that's why you're on, I mean, basically, that's why you're the 14 pages guy, because that's fucking funny. It's funny. But that you've explained as like some kind of personal attack that goes above and beyond just normal criticism. Laughing at you make a fool of yourself.
Because any person with any knowledge of either me or the events being misrepresented or my content would immediately know these videos are wrong. So the only people these videos can appeal to are people who
preaching to the choir,
don't know me, don't watch my content.
I'll fix it. Don't watch the people who criticize you. Because if anybody watched the people that criticize you, some of it's like Chud Logic and Nick, they would realize you're kind of full of shit and you're kind of a ridiculous person. You're not a serious person. But you want to pass yourself as a serious person, you know damn well that they know something. You would, like, if Nick was so dishonest and such a fucking liar, right? All you'd have to do is play the video, show why it was out of context. That's it. That's simple. But you don't.
And just don't fucking care. And so why should I care? Like, I'm sitting there with Aitana. She said this multiple times. Like, why do you care about this stuff? What is wrong with you?
Okay, buddy.
I know they're wrong.
Because I know they're wrong on my heart of hearts, but I'm afraid people will find out I'm a fraud.
Everyone who knows and watches me knows they're wrong.
Stop for autism, yeah.
So I'm just gonna let it go. I will probably, in an offhanded way, address some of this stuff when I do my iceberg one day and just call out some of these guys as the dishonest, ignorant morons that they are.
I would love for him to do that, but it'll never happen. And if this are an iceberg, it'd be like, person number one who criticizes, this guy's an ignorant moron that said things about me that's really, really untrue. Here's the next part of the iceberg. This is another person who said something about me that really wasn't true. And that's all you'll say.
It would just be a 10-hour fucking video.
A 10-hour video of no you.
But outside of that, I think we're going to let it go. I will admit, though, that I think business-wise, it would have made sense to throw some shit back, but I just don't have the time. Like in the...
You are not in Nick's league. You are not in Chud's league. You are not in anybody. You are not a debater. You've never addressed anybody live. You've never been any kind of a situation, because when you go on a debate, you're staking your reputation. You've never done that. You've always played it super, super safe. And there's nothing wrong with playing it safe, but you can't talk the kind of shit that you talk and not go on for a live challenge. And you'll never do that because you'll get fucking eaten alive with any kind of moderation. And you know it.
Past when I've responded to people, I've done it in my own time. As in, I've done all the important things I need to do. And then there's been
this entire thing where he goes after Nick. It's
switch accounts.
It's bad person. Yeah, I gotta switch accounts here. Oh, I'll have to do that over again. It's all bad person. It's all bad person.
A lull in the pressing work that I have, and then I've responded. But I just don't have that anymore. I just do not have the time to be listening.
Pressing work? You're a fucking game streamer. You have a fucking beautiful life. You really see it as pressing work? Are you that? I mean, it's like you really are the emperor of no clothes. And there's a handful of people that can see you don't have any. And you know you have no clothes. Did you have to say so you're pressing work? Are you joking? You take yourself that seriously? Hey, you think I'm off with this megalomaniac fucking criticism? Well, I'm not a doctor, but this is the definition. Someone who has an unnaturally strong wish for power and control, that would be shutting people down that criticize them, or thinks they're very much more important and powerful than they really are. It's just what you are. Pressing, there's no pressing work that you do all day. You might have pressing work schedules to make and make money, but that's just you. That has nothing to do with the world. When people say you have pressing work or something like that, that is extremely important that it will affect other people. You're a YouTuber. It only affects you.
Listening to people whine about stuff they don't understand. I'm trying to find any...
The ultimate cop-out. I'm so sophisticated they can't understand me. That's why they make these silly criticisms. Or they just don't mean it and they're saying it for the sake of saying it.
Single individual thing that I can delegate just so I can have more time to do the same level of work I was doing before I got a life with Aitana. And it's just impossible. Yes, I'm just taking comfort in, I know me, the people who know...
Can you imagine having a boyfriend and hearing him talk like this in the other room? Jeannie? Can you imagine that? Just talking about themselves like this? It'd be spooky.
I don't want to, yeah.
And then, yeah, like, well, really? He thinks that much of himself? You know way too much when you're writing a Bible. Please stop telling people to make fun of you. Yeah.
Know me. And they're the people who matter. You have a life now. I had a life before. Between you and me, in the very early days with my relationship with Aitana. Actually, I can even go back further than that.
He's fucking going out with her a couple months, right?
Yeah, no, it happened like right after.
He had the girlfriend. He disappeared.
First,
he had the girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he was saying he was miserable. He was saying he was miserable back then, if I'm not mistaken.
No. I constantly see posts from people who say, oh, Matt seems so much happier now that he's met Aitana. And I'll...
Oh. That's where this is coming from. So, all the stuff you said and did and whined about prior to Aitana, you want to like change history here. I see. That's what's bothering you. You know, it wasn't enough to get a nice looking girl, you know, after failing miserably. And I you know what, guys like you get fucking snowed every damn time. Unbelievable.
See that these comments are being left on video.
You don't have enough experience with women if you know that you're with a bad woman. I mean, he is he's gold digger bait, is he not? You know some evil bitches that get involved with guys for money. I'm sure you have.
Oh yeah.
He is
bitch.
Perfect.
I already know of a few.
He's perfect. He's perfect gold digger bait.
I
don't know if Aitana's like that or not. I just have trouble believing anybody who would be with this guy would like him for himself. It would be like my experience living with a woman having a marriage. It's not all about you. It's clearly all about him here. Yeah. And the only reason to tolerate that it would be there's something at the end of the rainbow.
Recorded long before I met Aitana.
You know what's great? If they do break up, it's going to be all over the internet because he won't be able to keep his mouth shut about it. Now, if I was still single and I have a girlfriend, I wouldn't tell anybody for months. I would never put her on screen because he had to fucking put her on screen, make pictures of her. Hey, look, politicians do this too. You ever wonder why politicians, like, they put, here's my wife, here's my son, here's my daughter, you know what they're saying? Really primarily, my dick works. That's what they're saying. And that's what he's saying by showing Aitana. Look, my dick works. I use it. It's very primal, but that's what they do. Look at my beautiful daughter here. I made her. She came out of my dick. And he wants it. It's basically people that, and what is a politician trying to do? I'm normal. I'm just like you. Well, he isn't normal. And he knows at some level he's not perceived that way. So by showing Aitana, I'm normal.
God, the way you paused it right there, you just look so creepy.
My dick works. Look at me. My dick is in full working order. Congratulations.
I see them constantly. And there just seemed to be this misconception about me.
Oh, he's still talking about himself. How many minutes are we in? 5. Not one.
From
YouTuber.
even some of you, that I wasn't happy in my present circumstances, that I didn't enjoy,
I wouldn't be happy if I was with you, Jesus.
Editing and live stream every day. But if that were the case, I wouldn't have done it. When my sister came to me and said, there's this wonderful, beautiful Latina woman who's interested in you, wants to go on a date with you, she knows multiple languages, she's well.
Debate him on what? Character? Somebody said debate him? Like his character? Like, really? I wouldn't take a debate where my character was on the line. I don't want to debate him at all. I want to see him debate. Debate the people, these invisible people that criticize you. Point out the lies. Show that the drama community is completely full of shit. Because I think I do a better job of that than you.
Worldly, she's been all these places, she'll take you good places. My response wasn't, yes, I'll finally be saved from my terrible life. My response was, this is probably gonna be a waste of time. What are the odds this is gonna work out? Like, what are the odds that we're gonna vibe? There's probably just gonna be, I got 57 things to do. I got work to do. I really wanna spend the time going on dates with a person.
They're never gonna wonder why she's completely selfless. Oh my God.
That I'm probably not gonna really like or whatever, and it's not gonna work out, and I'm just gonna lose.
Is the chick there for a green card?
Okay,
is she foreign? Aitana, that sounds very Euro.
So.
Oh, tell me she's Eastern European. Somebody call in and tell me where's Aitana from?
Well, I know she's you just said she's Latino, so.
Oh, all right, South America.
She apparently knows like quite a bit around Australia, so she's been there for quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay, so that's probably
specifically
not true.
Sydney.
That's not true. Yeah. Okay, that's probably not true then.
Lose that time for my job, because you guys used to hear me talk about this stuff all the time in my
fighting straw man like Neo and the Smiths. Yeah, that's why he doesn't mention anybody. It's easier to knock somebody that's not real. It's easier to call, like, he'll never call Chud Logic a liar. He didn't call Nick a liar. He just said that he doesn't believe what he says. Because then you got to say, like, then we all can compare.
Hesitance to pursue a relationship, because I liked the life that I had, and while I recognized that having a fulfilling relationship would improve my life, consider the odds of being able to achieve that certainly quick.
He's essentially saying I don't need her. I wonder if he knows, because he probably has no experience with women whatsoever. He's basically, I'm good, I don't need her. That's not what women want to hear. They want to feel needed.
Quickly was so low that it wasn't worth pursuing. Like, I wasn't gonna go on dates with 100 different people to find the one.
How much you want to bet he didn't have 100 different offers?
Like you generally have to do.
And that's one thing I've noticed about this YouTube game. Those guys, those rich Englishmen, I know for a fact have trouble getting dates. Those YouTube, not all YouTubers have luck with women unless the women know they make dough.
And even when I met Aitana, we went on multiple dates, and she was wonderful. We vibed so well, and she was beautiful and enriched my life so much.
She's not bad looking, right?
No,
she's not bad looking at all.
Even then, I was in the early days of the relationship thinking to myself, like, do I really want this? Do I really want to take away?
Oh my God! This is what you wanted me to hear?
Hey, buddy.
He's too good for her! You talk this way about your girlfriend, you moron. This happens when you play GTA. My God. I'm pretty sure this guy's the kind of megalomaniac. Hey, Sosa. You say I call everybody that and shit. Well, usually sociopath. I think I'm on the money here. I'm sorry, Sosa. I think I got it.
Away so much time from my work, something that brings me so much satisfaction, something I'm so good at.
I'm actually referencing something. No. Sosa, yeah, so this guy's a megalomaniac. I used a different one just because he used Sosa. It was Sosa and me were fucking joking back and forth and Judge.
That I love so much. Am I really going to stick it out with this relationship? Am I really not going to?
We are almost halfway through this video. Oh, really? In about 6 seconds, we're halfway through this video, and he hasn't mentioned YouTubers once, just himself and how things make him feel.
6 months down the line, go, you know what? Actually, I miss working every day, so goodbye. Like, I didn't want to do that to another person. And fortunately,
I am on the money with these YouTubers, Sosa. I don't like you guys. I know you guys over there don't like to believe me. I know you're sick and tired of me getting guys right years ahead of time, like Illuminati, like Mama Max, like yeah. And watch when this girl leaves him, and he's constantly talking about how she ripped him off. And y'all can pretend like I didn't say it.
Moved on. Feelings have done nothing.
I don't 2.0 speed anything hand time.
Bro, and I've told her I love her, and she's told me that she loves me, and we talk about our future together, and it's wonderful. But
I'd like an insurance policy.
The odds of this happening were so unlikely, and we talk about that sometimes, about certain things in the early days that could have derailed things.
He's been going out with this woman for a year. You know, when I talk about the early days, it's fucking over a decade ago. Like, how does he talk like this?
Didn't. And all of what I'm communicating is, I didn't need this relationship to be happy. I was already happy. I was content. My biggest fears was that one day my feelings of contentment and happiness would go away, because I knew my career in YouTube couldn't last forever.
Advice to you guys like there. Let's say you are content and you meet a girl and your relationship makes your life better. They want to hear you were miserable before, either way. Because women want that. They want that feeling. I made his life so much better. Nobody talks like this that wants to keep their girlfriend.
That one day I would not be popular on the internet. People wouldn't be patting me on the head telling me I'm a good boy who makes the bestest of content. And then where would I be? I would be by myself.
This guy ought to fucking pray to the YouTube gods, and he just talks about himself and what makes him feel, and he's still getting fucking views for it. You got to give him that.
Maybe with a few of the friendships that I've made through my work, maybe they would be maintained even if I was not a YouTuber anymore. Who knows? And
probably not. Carl Jobs, that went south.
And then what would I do with the rest of my life? My thought was that I would go around the world, but I don't really know how to do that. And then I
buy a plane ticket? What are you, fucking wings? Yeah, he's autistic.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's autistic. He can't.
Actually, since you brought that up, I now have a perfect segue. If you look at what I just sent you, it's from Abby. So if you look at it, it kind of goes right into the autistic thing.
Oh, he's clearly autistic. There's something not firing right. Dark Viper is. Oh boy, this is great.
Is DarkViperAU autistic? I have never had any medical professional suggest even for a moment that I am autistic.
I think they would.
Having a psych degree, I have seen somewhat.
Oh, he has a psych degree. Oh, does he?
Of what kind of.
What does that mean, a psych degree? He's not a doctor. I mean, what would that mean? You're in college.
It could be a bachelor's psychology degree.
What could you do with a bachelor's of psychology? What, be a secretary?
Well, it's the study of mind and behavior.
Yeah, but what kind of jobs are out there for it? Let's be honest. Not a doctor. Obviously, I know. You could be a therapist with a bachelor's? You imagine
like, it depends on the level, of course. Like
imagine this guy being a therapist.
Like, there's a difference between therapist and psychiatrist.
Yeah, so, there's a difference between psychologist and psychiatrist, isn't there? A psychiatrist they're like doctors. They can prescribe.
They prescribe medication.
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
A psychiatrist.
But it's like
psychologist doesn't necessarily have the power to do that, but they're doctors.
Yeah.
Below that is therapists, and you could have a bachelor's for being a therapist. Can you imagine this guy being a therapist? Proof it's a soft science.
The criteria people are judged on.
Yeah, it would just turn into him talking about himself.
You know what? Like I'm really sad, and I'm thinking about killing myself. You know what I think when I'm thinking about killing myself?
To determine if they have autism, and I don't seem to fit that criteria. The best one.
Yeah, you might not be autistic, but you're definitely mad.
In the list, I think that I fit the most was not sleeping well. I've been to a therapist once when I was younger. She seemed to think I was fine. I had a lot of friends in.
Now you know he's lying, because even when you are fine, nobody ever tells you you're fine in that field. That's how you know it. Like, you know why? Because they want you to come back.
school, even though if I wasn't good at making friends that well.
I'm not autistic. I'm not autistic, but I'm going to put the prime symptom out for play.
I mean, I used to go to the city all the time and get drunk and all that stuff. As in, like, I've lived a fairly normal life to the degree that there's nothing that's suggestive that I'm having trouble in any respect. It's one of those things where I think if you're looking to have the classification fit a person, you can do some very selective sort of
There's some truth in that.
cropping of the person to kind of get them to fit it. But I've never really got the sense of myself that I might be autistic. And as I say, I've never had a medical professional suggest it either.
Well, he's probably functional. There's something autistic about him for sure.
I would try to get into a relationship, but by that point I'd be like 40, having not been in a relationship for over a decade. And would that even work out?
There's another trait.
These were my fears. It wasn't that I was unhappy and wanted someone to save me. It was that I feared that one day in the future I'd be unhappy and that I wouldn't be able to
because it took 10 years to get a girlfriend.
have the resources or the know-how to pull myself out of that situation. So if you were under the impression that previously
my biggest fear is if my wife ever left me or God forbid something happened to her, that I'd have to date old girls. I have to date girls my age.
Just pull boogie. Just pull boogie.
There
you go.
Let me tell you something. I wouldn't put her on fucking here. But I go out with some 20-year-old girl for sure. I wouldn't apologize to anybody for it. Hey, Tommy, want to meet your new mom?
I was unhappy, and then I met Aitana, and I'm happy.
She likes football too.
Wow.
You're wrong.
Must be your sister, man. He's going to be extra confused with that.
I was happy before, and now I'm even happier meeting Aitana. She has improved my life, enriched my life in endless different ways. And
so halfway through it, he's telling this is the title of the video. Why do unhappy losers live for drama? He talks about his own fucking personal drama and how happy he is. We're more than halfway through.
I got really, really lucky, like millions to one kind of lucky. Who the hell, after like a decade, goes out on a date with a random person that works with their sister, and it's just like perfect? You know what? I believe what you say.
He didn't meet her straight up. He got introduced.
Yeah, so his sister actually set him up on a date because the Aitana, or however you pronounce her name, she talked to Dark Viper's sister and was like, yo, I really dig that guy. I'd really dig your brother. Can you set us up?
Any chance her sister said, yeah, my brother makes good money doing that. Oh
yeah.
But totally. I don't.
Yeah. Well, if your sister's trying to sell you and she can't because you're a complete fucking mongoloid, that's the one thing that's like, yeah, he does real well. You see his apartment.
Believe you. Work is a substitute for a life. You luckily had the insight that work should not define you.
There's nothing wrong with being introduced by a sister, but it just shows you that he wasn't actively pursuing because he probably can't and doesn't know how to do it.
It's important to remember that most jobs are not like the job that I have.
Really?
Most people who dedicate themselves to their job might not even be fully satisfied or happy doing that work, or have no real social connections and just work like all the time. Me, I have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people constantly demanding and desiring my attention, telling me that they love what I do.
He gets 30K a video.
This is on his like second channel though.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Channel.
Millions?
Yeah, because this is literally the channel where he just fucking talks.
Oh, okay.
He's got
their lives, but I'm a wonderful person.
He makes $1 million. He gets $1 million a video? Dark Viper?
No, but he's got a couple million subs.
Okay.
I'll look at his most recent in a second.
That's all up at gaming.
Also yeah, no, it's the GTA 5 speedruns finding bugs.
He'll fuck this up one day.
But also the video I sent you is from Abby, and it actually talks about his relationship history.
Well, that might be another show for another time.
Content. They compliment me to no end.
Maybe I'll do that tomorrow if I'm bored.
People in my DMs every day. I answer like 100 messages every day of people wanting to talk to me. I
ignore like 100 messages every day. I'm not half as big as you.
A large collection of wonderful people that I talk to all the time in Discord about any number of problems. I have a wide support network. I have multiple people that I talk to who do the same job that I do and can somewhat relate to my present circumstances, whatever that is. And most people who dedicate themselves to a job don't really have this. My job is a lot more social.
Imagine watching your boyfriend stream this tard talking about he never wanted to date or how he was just happy before he met her.
Pseudo-social than most people's work. And I saw this whole apparatus as being somewhat of a substitute for a normal social life that people have, which I thought was preferable because I'm 33 years old. I think a lot of people forget that I'm 33. When I was 23,
I knew you were 30, sorry.
I had, a large group of people I fucked around with and stuff and went out drinking and whatnot with it and all that stuff.
When college ended, so did his social life, let me guess.
But as you grow older, that stuff is just less satisfying. In your 30s, most people are focused on family or work or both. You don't have a large group of friends that you do stuff with.
How old is she?
I'll see if I can find out.
Yeah, find out.
Aitana, she's 28 and she's currently going through that
She's 28.
Oh, there we go.
She's 28.
transition a bit where her
You know
There's
what, babe?
5-year age difference.
She's got to get that baby out of him.
friends are getting married, her friends are having kids, her friends are moving away, they're getting bogged down with their job or whatever, or getting fired and having to move and all that jazz. And it's you can't keep that sort of cohesion that you have in your early 20s.
Yeah, it's called growing up, stupid.
Right? People drift apart. Most people in their 30s are lucky to
He's in his 30s. He's figuring this shit out now.
have like 2 or 3 people who are like their friends, or they have friends through work or what.
You imagine this being like some kind of like, it's an epiphany to him. You imagine the people listening to this going, oh, really?
What have you. I just think a lot of people who looked at my life and judged it on a surface level, or took
They
some
looked at your work.
things I said
Your terribly important work.
too seriously when I was just feeling down. They're judging it from like the perspective of like a 16 or an 18-year-old or something.
So all this stuff he said that he was completely miserable and stuff like that, they just took it too literally. He was Mr. Happy Pants prior to this. Well, this is just a history rewrite, and it's done through why are YouTubers so unhappy? When he is drama YouTubers, when he's denying an accusation that nobody really made to him directly. I did see some talk about, yeah, he's kind of calmed down. He's not fighting with anybody more because he's got a girlfriend, which is only like 6 or 7 months ago, I think.
Yeah, it has been this year, 2024.
Yeah, it's like...
Got like your group of friends that you see like practically every fucking day, and you hang out after school and shit. That's just not what it is like in your 30s, right? I always thought your life seemed good apart from
You know what? It's just not like that in your 30s. God, he's fucking emotionally about it's still a teenager. He just realized life changes every fucking decade.
sleep issues you had. Suzanne, you're one of the smart
Low key self snitching. That's what I think.
ones. 99% of my issues were caused by my inconsistent sleeping, which, as I have now learnt from Aitana, is in a large part just because I had no reason to keep a consistent sleep. I still don't sleep
Go to bed now because you might get laid.
that well, but
That's why I go to bed.
sleeping consistently at the same time every day has seemed to help.
Because you get laid. I know. Like, he thinks he's fooling somebody. Like, no one's went through this before. How many times have I been in the glory hunters? Oh, my wife's going to bed. Bye.
Yeah, no, you've done it.
Goodbye. My
Yeah,
sleeping's
all of a
good.
sudden I was like, gotta go, bye.
He's kind of true. Oh yeah. When my wife's gone, like she leaves for the weekend, I'm up all night because I got nothing better to fucking do. You know.
And Aitana is a rock
I'm autistic. He refuses to describe things in a way that only autistic would.
that helps me stay at least somewhat consistent. So before I met Aitana, I'd wake
you have
up,
a
I
clip
would
of
stream as long as I had energy to stream, and then I would edit until I wanted to go to sleep, and then I go to sleep. So if it was 10 p.m. and I was like, I could finish this project in 3 hours, I'm gonna do it. And I would just do it for 3 hours, and then I would go to bed. It might take me an hour or 2 to get to sleep or whatever, and then I'd be in bed by 3 a.m., whatever. Now, if it hits 10 p.m., I'm like, well, I'm going to bed with Aitana, so I'm going to bed.
I was right. Hey, I guarantee you, I'll be able to tell when Atana's on her period. He'll be up streaming. I know what it's like. I'm married. Hey, next week, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna stay up a little longer. That's exactly what it's like.
It's more like a job than it is a passion. It's still passionate about it, but the passion doesn't override the normal common sense as to how you're meant to run your life. My job starts when I wake up, and
imagine being this comfortable telling other people how to run their lives. Just being a real fucking, like, he's just a gifted loser, you know? A gifted loser that fucking was good at making GTA videos, and somehow this happens to actors too. Like, wow, man, I got an Academy Award. I must be able to speak up on geopolitics, you know? That's who he is, you know?
Ends when I'm going to watch a movie or whatever with Aitana. Because she has moved in here, or at least 90% moved.
He has no idea what's happening to him. He has no idea what's happening to him. It's so funny. He's 33. Oh, I don't think she's cheating on him, Steph. She's about to take over. He doesn't even realize it. She's just... like this is, oh, most of her friends are having babies and getting married. That's what she wants, stupid.
Moved in here. Some stuff still isn't here because she's going away for a bit, and so we haven't been bothered to move the rest of the stuff. But she's here 95% of the time. So, and yeah, so things are going good for me, but they weren't going particularly bad before, or bad really at all. Stop.
Do unhappy losers live for drama? Proceeds to talk and tell everybody that's ever made an accusation in a general way, nothing specific, and says it's not true. Spends the rest of the time saying, no, I was perfectly fine before my girlfriend, even though he didn't say that, and said now it's exaggeration. And then tells us that people forget that he's 33. If they forgot you were 30, it's not because you look.
Bitch.
You look like you're in your 30s. It's just you're emotionally about 12. Wow, that's so funny. I can't say I took you out of context either. For fuck's sake. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I do have something else, though. Let's play Tommy Was Right Again.
Oh.
Let's play Tommy Was Right Again. I'm pretty sure I'd love to have the clip if anybody found it. Maybe I'll put it in the clip. I seem to remember saying something of the effect that Spencer would kind of turn on Mama Max when things weren't going his way. I think we have the moment. Now, Mama Max apparently is not named, but everybody knows what's happening. Looks like Spencer's on Facebook groups asking for money for moving. She's claiming that Max is domestically abusing her and starving her. She probably told her to get out. She doesn't say his name, but it's implied because she lives with him. Max is supposed to give her a bunch of money. You can't do that when you're fucking canceled. It seems like she spent it or he lied. Here's some screenshots. But I covered people not involved with them. I met this young girl online from posts she shared in a local group. She's doing the best she can to get out of a really bad domestic situation. Seems to happen to her a lot. She's trying to get back local and stay with friends where she's no longer going to have to starve and can't bring herself to abandon her dog there because Max will eat it. I know some don't get it, but some will. Let's see. Do you think Viper will hate the eventual ultrasound? I mean, reacting to the baby after all. I think he'll be fine. I'm not answering that. He has no idea what's happening to him. It's too funny. I know someone will get it, some will. She found a friend who will foster the dog until she gets on her feet. She just needs some help. Some small donations help. Spencer Silence. Oh, that's funny. Thank you to the person who donated the full amount from the bottom of my heart. I wish somebody just lives off the fucking internet. Abundance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish abundance on you. Did I say it? I wish abundance on you. And everyone that supported me in any way they could. If anyone could help me with $1 there for food, could help me right now while I get back ready to come back. Gives Andigogo, whatever it is. I need help for my dog. Who fucking gives this? How the tables have turned. Now, in fairness, none of this shit up here was in any of these things that I know of. but I'm not surprised. So I'm not right yet. I'm not right yet, but probably. Bad domestic situation. That's funny. Probably told her to get the fuck out. There's no money. Didn't work. There's no fucking money. Eat your dog, Spencer. He's threatening to eat the dog. Yeah, that's a good point.
Verse just sent me something. It's not related to Max or Dark Viper, but it just dropped.
Okay. Let's see what Verse said. Let's see. Sneeko goes on his wife for being in the IDF. Wow.
And do you still dream about a fellow's eyelashes tickling your balls when you jerk off? Because I bet that felt pretty good.
Say this to my face when I see you.
Why are you mad? I mean, okay. I like my balls tickled.
IDF soldier that's genociding Palestinians. You feel good about that?
Well, it's mandatory conscription, so I mean everybody's.
It's mandatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're with your wife, you see an IDF soldier.
Say what?
You're happy sharing a bed with an IDF soldier that's genociding Palestinians. That makes you happy?
Well, my wife hasn't killed anybody or participated in like combat, but like I do love
because she's a woman.
My wife. I am
part of the.
See. Here's the thing. Here's what you do, Ethan. You know, it'd be funny as hell if he says, "Yeah, I love those dead kid stories," because that completely throws him off. Love them, but he probably can't because there's all those jerk offs that he fucking pander to for all those years.
Part of the military that's committing genocide right now. You're comfortable sharing a bed with somebody who's participating in that?
She hasn't participated in that.
No, she wasn't a part of the IDF.
Well, she was. She was part of the IDF, as all Israelis are. I love my wife, and I'm very proud and happy to share my bed with her. I'm very critical of the Israeli government, though, and I agree it's terrible.
Jesus Christ. You really think they're committing a genocide, you dumb fuck? You dumb fat fuck? Why would you give this guy, like any fucking thing? Whatever. Fucking, I'll check what Abby Blackbird sent me. Yeah, she's Hispanic. Yeah, you're right. From Dark Viper from the AI community, I am not crying. What? What's that about? I have to check that out. Abby Blackbird sent me something about Dark Viper. How come this won't work? Why isn't it loading forever?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I want to see what this is. This is on Reddit, so maybe I can see it. Yeah, it's like taking forever to load. That sucks.
Let's see.
Maybe been blocked from the Reddit. I don't know. Yeah, I can't get it. Maybe Reddit's under attack. Some people that took down the Trump speech yesterday.
I mean, I'll see if I can. Yeah. She sent me some stuff too. It might be. Let's see. Oh, was it the "I'm not crying, you are"?
Yeah, I can't get it.
Okay, yeah. It seems Reddit's having an issue because it's not loading for me either. But I did take a look at it. But basically, it's a compilation of Dark Viper with Aitana.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a bunch of clips of them together, and
I don't care.
He does look quite awkward in some of them. To be fair.
I'm on the fucking Glory Hunter server. I'm like, how are you talking about Van?
That would be your dream come true.
Yeah, let's take calls. Nerd Angle, you're on. Open phones, by the way. I don't even care to talk about this guy that much more. Nerd Angle, you're on. Open phones. You'd be happy to come on.
So I was actually looking to talk about Viper.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the Kiwi Farms thread on him.
Yeah.
The biggest takeaway I got from that was that this dude is he's like the epitome of narcissism.
Yeah.
Did you know that he first had a channel where he was just basically re-uploading debates from or lectures from when someone goes to a college university and gives a lecture or has a debate.
Yeah.
So he was just taking them, free ripping them, putting them on a channel, and YouTube eventually put an end to it and demonetized his channel.
Yeah.
That's what started the 14 pages. He was so injured. There was such a narcissistic injury.
Are you kidding me? And so now he
toys got taken away.
So he didn't use something in fair use, and then he wants to take everybody else's fair use away, especially the ones that they criticize him.
Exactly.
Like, oh wow, I didn't know that. So I didn't know the 14 pages was about that. The re-uploading other people's content.
I'm preaching to the choir. It's just I know that a lot of people didn't see or a lot of people when the Kiwi Farms thread was being talked about, and they weren't really touching on that old channel he had.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was the 14 pages it was about. That's funny. That's insane.
His toys were taken away, so now he's got to cry like a baby. But that's all I got.
Wow, thank you. Oh, and now nobody else can like. But so a lot of the people he's criticizing aren't freebooting. Because that's the real issue Nick has is the freebooting, which is I think a much stronger argument than what I do. But he wants the commentary gone too. Mr. Stinky Brew, you're on. Please unmute. 3, 2, 1. No Stinky Brew. So there. What was it? Something I wanted to comment on lolcow. I've kind of changed my mind.
Trash.
Well, no, I'm not because it's a prank channel now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of I no longer believe that the NDA was there so it could get me fired. The NDA, well, I mean, it was a bone. It would have been fine if it did. But the NDA was there because I would never ever go for what they're doing there. I mean, it was a podcast, right? That's why I'm a podcaster. Yeah. That's why I came on. It's a and by the way, there's nothing wrong with it. And if Wings makes money on it, great. I'm definitely in Wings' corner. I'm rooting for Wings to make money. But it's a prank channel. It was presented as an organic podcast. It didn't get famous quick enough or big enough quick enough for Keem. And he's just slowly transformed it into a prank channel. I don't believe for a fucking minute that Boogie's not in on all of this shit. Like all of it. All of it's fucking, I mean, the overreactions, everything. Now, he didn't faking cancer. But it's obvious, it's total WWE now. And I don't think Keem wants to be that honest and completely lift the veil. Understandable. He wants people questioning whether it's real or not. Now he's got this one real thing, the cancer faking, and it's just gonna be the Fuck with Boogie show, which probably will work because he's one of those hated people on the internet. So no wonder I think the NDA was to keep me fucking quiet. I have you know what? I should have got this before I went on the air. Keem sent me, like when he was trying to get those two to hate me. I'm actually going to look for this thing. I took a couple screenshots, and he said, "See, guys, he's not going to cooperate about my vision or something like that." So let me see this. Just once, I guess. I got to look at this. I got to look through this. Opportunity with baited, blah blah blah. Literally, but you're literally. He actually tells me here that I'm literally lying about the DNA. Even privately, he told me that. Even though he said he didn't read it, and even though it turned out to be 100% correct. Hold on a second. I gotta find this fucking shit. This is too funny. Here, I'll put this on screen for y'all. Because this is super funny. No, wrong one. Email streaming. Playlist editor. Pictures. Oh, Jesus. Won't even go on. Well, damn. I want to be able to capture this. You know what I'll do? I have an idea. I will capture this. Smart capture. Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. Yeah, he says I'm lying about the DNA. Oh, the DNA, the NDA. There's the dyslexia right there. But no, let me go find this. There's something he said here that was quite fascinating. It was his vision. I might have to look at this tomorrow because I can't do this to the show. I can't.
Also, Willie Mack did reply to Dark Viper. I mentioned Dark Viper's newest video.
Yeah.
Saying Viper uploaded a video this week trying to convince everyone how happy he is and has always been, and that Nicholas Diorio is actually the unhappy one. Very normal behavior and not lolcow like at all.
No, very. I gotta find this. Yeah, I did. I think I gotta look at this thing. Publicly. I'll have to find this later. Maybe I'll make a video later on the thing. But yeah, I remember him using the word vision. This is not my vision or something like that. I'm starting to think the vision was exactly what you're saying. You're seeing a prank channel, which goes back to kind of Keemstar's roots. Now let me be 100% clear. I don't think there's anything fucking wrong with that. It's all entertainment. I don't care if it's fake. I don't give a shit. It's just the public was told this was a podcast and things that happen organically, right? And I think I'm starting to realize what happened. It didn't grow quick enough for him. It wasn't the biggest thing. Keem doesn't like to be associated with anything that's not like the biggest thing on the internet. That's why he told people it's the biggest thing on the internet when it wasn't, right? And that's almost fine too. But now I'm realizing, yeah, this is what they wanted to create. So like, yeah, I'm starting to think the tattoo's fucking fraudulent and everything. And I would never gone along with that. And he knows it. So the only way he could do is NDA me. The tattoo looks fake. The reactions look fake. It's just the Torture Boogie show. So Boogie pretends to be tortured. I think taking his money away was fake too. Don't worry, we're going to pay you, but I'm going to tell you that I'm taking your money away to give it to Tommy. And then that gets the crowd rolling. The crowd rolls that. Yeah. And if you like that stuff, I'm a shit on the lolcow fans. They've been pretty good to me. But yeah, I'm starting to realize that like he couldn't come out and say to me like, look, I'm thinking about taking this shit in a new direction. But it's going to involve some sort of like WWE work stuff backstage. And my next response was, that's fine, but that's a problem for me. What should have happened right there is they should have fired me and just said, this isn't going to work. You're not a part of our vision, blah, blah, blah. I might even have kept my mouth shut, right? And had they paid me. It's like, look, we want to do some different shows. We don't have, you're not in there. You did a good job, whatever. You did a podcast, but we're not doing a podcast anymore. And we really don't need you. Instead of, but see, when Keem fires everybody, like if it's like Connor or me or they got to make them the bad guy. He can't just get rid of him because even if he said like I want to do all this stuff, but that's not going to work with you because you're going to tell everybody on your fucking show. And I would basically said it's not that I'm going to go blabbing about it. But if people ask me, I'm not going to lie to them because I have a relationship with my audience. It's completely different. If you want to make that kind of entertainment, I just can't just pay me. I'll be gone. But no, best way to get out of paying me is to make it look like all that other shit. Oh, I'm actually pretty certain that just about everything you're seeing on there is a work, some kind of WWE like work. Again, no problem with it, no issues. But I could see why. Now I'm starting to see why he did what he did. I get it now. Is Mr. Sneaky Brew back? Mr. Sneaky Brew, are you ready to talk now? I'm going to ban these guys for an hour when they do this. You know that?
Hello?
Yes. You can't be doing. Yeah. What do you got? You can't be doing that.
Sorry, Tommy. I'm not going to Discord, mate.
We got to be ready to receive the call.
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah. First of all, I just want to say Jeannie's doing amazing at the minute, mate. She's proper up your back, mate, getting you to do things.
Absolutely.
And that, mate. She's doing spot on.
Very happy.
Yeah, mate. She's there, mate. No, spot on. Spot on. With the, like I say, the lolcow thing and stuff like that, it was always there. It was inevitable. I've watched.
But you know what? I can honestly say I was never part of any kind of meeting. I've never had a talk like do this and we'll do that. The only thing fake that I did was the ad. So if any of the other stuff, and I don't think it involved wings too, although I think now it probably does.
Do you know what? The one thing I know about wings is the only sense apart from yourself. It was the only sense on the show that sees things the way you should. Anyone with the right mind.
It's tough. It's tough to Wings has no filter. It's tough to get him to call it like he sees it. He calls everything like he sees it. It's probably what gets him in trouble all the time. So he probably didn't tell me. Yeah. He probably didn't Wings. Boogie had said things to me on the past. He said something interesting. Is like, professionals like me and Harley know this is a entertainment. They know it because, but here's the thing: you're a jerk in real life. Everybody said that, and he tried to say like, I'm willing to act. I had the Francis character. I had all this. So he's like, it's completely like believable for me to had made an agreement with Keem of some kind and do this whole torture thing, and he's just going to do Francis. Basically, you're getting Francis too. You know?
Yeah. Have you noticed as well when obviously Boogie refers to Keem, he's always calling him Daniel.
He did privately too. In fairness, he did call him.
Yeah,
Dan
it's
privately.
all the time. And that's because, in my opinion, there's phone calls going on behind the scenes between them two. You know, when they're not playing the roles, and it's Dan. Yeah, no problem, Steve. Yeah, are you with me? This way. It's
that's what I think it is. Again. I'm not. I don't think I'm like doing some big expose here. I'm just trying to explain. Like I'm bringing up the NDA because I got a lot of every time there's a lolcow episode, I get a big thing, and I'm not trying to say like I have a problem with this. But all I'm saying is I could see why I need to be NDA, because the only reason I would have kept my mouth shut is because I would have been like legally obligated to.
But in Europe and obviously I'm in the UK and in Europe as well, because we took this on. There's a certain thing called a constructive dismissal. So if you're trying to get rid of someone and you're planning a plot, give them afternoons, give them Saturdays. They can't spend it with the family. They're doing all this. Yeah, you take these things, and you can turn around and say, "Well, why was I always working?" Yeah,
but I wasn't. I was never employed by him. I was a contractor, so he could be fired any time. You know,
that's what I mean. That's why he's got you. But the way it was brought up, it was
he can't fire me without telling the people I'm bad and evil, and I somehow asked for it. That's why they've gone on in line and said I quit. That's why I said I am never quitting, because I knew that's what they would try to do.
Yeah.
Where I effectively
that's what you do. You ride it to the end. Any job you're in, even if it's not you,
I didn't quit.
Any job you're in, you ride it till the end, and then let them do what they do.
Yeah. That's what I did.
That's the way it is.
But I get.
And who's this guy? Who's this guy you're talking about today? Really, honestly, he needs an exorcism. He's speaking in tongues. I couldn't understand a word of what he was saying.
He's Australian and disabled, so have some heart. Thanks for the call, buddy. Let's take Reynold Hughes. Mr. Hughes, how are you? How are you?
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Great.
Jesus, you sound like you're dying.
Yes, go ahead.
All right, is it still open phones?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Have you watched any of the like Jake Weddle stuff with Mr. Beast?
No.
Okay, I know Nick told you a little bit about it, but there's one thing this guy said that's been like driving me up a wall that no one has talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear he's supposed to be a stand-up comedian?
No, I didn't know who he is. I'm like that out of fucking.
So he's like the former Mr. Beast employee that like everyone forgets about. He was the guy that he got cut out of all the videos because he wasn't funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did the solitary challenge, and like the solitary challenge ended up essentially driving him insane. Like it was a really bad situation.
I don't know who him is. That's the thing. I'm completely. You're talking to somebody. You have no idea. I don't know the characters in this play. What are you talking about?
Remember when you were talking to Nick on Chud's stream?
About?
Specifically the Mr. Beast interview?
I talked about the weird guy that was...
This is the guy I'm talking about.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. That's the problem. Like, the only thing I remember talking about on Chud's show was the Viking guy. And Delaware. That's the only thing I remember talking about.
I could have sworn you talked about Jake Weddle.
I don't know. I have really the first time I've ever heard that name was when you called in. I swear to God.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be a jerk off here. That's the truth.
I get it.
Yeah.
So, quick background: he used to be a Mr. Beast employee.
Okay.
He did this interview with Dogpack.
Okay.
Now you're catching up.
Yeah. And he was the guy that said he was he was the guy that said he was like had a war crime against him because he signed up for a challenge that is officially a part of Geneva Conventions. Yeah, that idiot. Yeah, go ahead. I remember. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So the one thing he said was he's a stand-up comedian. He has a dark sense of humor.
Okay.
And when he said that, I was like, cool. I like Christopher Titus. Let's hear what he has to do. He talks about how his dad is a convicted like sex offender.
By the way, Chris Titus
right?
made fun of me at a comedy show. It's dead serious.
What did you do?
What? What? No,
what did you do to him?
He told his story about fucking getting in a fist fight with your dad. And then his lady said, let me tell you something right now. Nobody beats their dad in a fist fight. Nobody. And I must have rolled my eyes or just like done some kind of say, because this guy knows it. He knows it. I know, you know, I tried myself. I got my ass kicked. That's what he did. That's Chris Titus did to me. Yeah. No, he kept pointing at me in the comedy show. And he goes, this guy knows. That's God's honest truth. I was on a date in the Stress Factory in New Brunswick. And that's what Chris Titus said. But go ahead. That's not what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's kind of in the same vein because when Chris Titus talked about his dad and made jokes about his dad, he was never like, hey, you guys can't do that. You can't come up to me and crack a joke about my dad. Yeah, he'd be like, that guy's an asshole. You're right. And crack jokes. Mm-hmm. So this Jake Weddle guy is talking about how he does sets about his dad. He has jokes about him. His friends can joke about him.
Yeah.
But then the moment Mr. Beast tried to joke about his dad, he was like, no, fuck you.
Okay.
So he knows, like, Mr. Beast knows his dad is in prison. Everyone knows because he apparently talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, just this one guy can't make fun of it.
Yeah, this guy sounds like he sounds like he sucks. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard that and I was like, man, you can't say that.
This guy got an opportunity of a lifetime to do something with Mr. Beast. He fucking failed miserably at it, and he tried to turn it into a literal war crime. I mean, I don't expect much from a guy like that. And then he makes fun of his fucking dad. We have actually a rule here on Shot for the Point. Once you bring something up, that's it. It's game. And we also have another rule. No wives, no girlfriends, no disabilities, unless you bring them up. Hence, Matt Pitt with the no leg. That's the one rule. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sorry. That's content game. The guy's a jerk off.
Yeah, I mean, like, I heard that, and there's all this other stuff going on with him, but, like, hearing that, I was like, you can't be that good of a comedian. And then I watched his set, and it was awful. Yeah.
He said one funny thing, according to Chud, and that was it. Oh, well. Yeah. All right, let me take another call. Thanks for the call, Reynolds. Good man. Thanks for the support, by the way. Shinoda. And I'll take Verse next. Shinoda, you're on the air. Mike Shinoda, good rapper. Mike Shinoda. And Verse left, of course, as soon as I said
that. Sorry. Yo, what's up?
What's up?
So, and also, apologies first. I'm at my gym working out, so doing legs. So if there's any background noises, my apologies.
I do Universal every day. I do. Yeah, I do. And I hate myself for it because a goddamn personal trainer. I said, really, I like to do legs day and arms because like I might have to mow the lawn tomorrow, and I just don't want to be like flat in my back. He said, don't worry about it. And I couldn't mow. I did mow the lawn today, but I could barely fucking do it. I had to have my son help me pick up the fucking grass catcher because I couldn't lift my arms over my head. That's why you do leg days, and that's why you do fucking arms. All right, but go ahead.
There's like two questions on my mind. It's either one with like you and your connection with Keem during the beta time.
Yeah, what about it?
So during the time of like baited, I was like familiar with like Keem's work, Colossal's crazy work, but I like when I was listening to like when you were in, I was like, who the heck is this guy?
Yeah, and kind of a rando.
And I was like, how did you get a connection with like Keemstar?
It was just a fucking. I'm sorry you don't know the stories. I got an argument over Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, he thought I was entertaining. I guess I don't know. I've also thought that he only brought me on because he wanted to like go psych, you know, and take it away. But the problem is the show was a hit and the clown liked me. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. But strangely enough, the argument got mad like impressions at the time in 2016. My friend Real Talk, who passed away about 3 years ago, told me that Keem's going to call back and ask you for a job about 2 weeks before he did it. It's really strange. So I don't know. I don't know if he saw something in me or if he was. I always thought that he was going to go psych. You know, because the first thing he did was try to get me fired. But I'm not sure now. I think he's just maybe. You know, he had the idea one day to take me, and the next day he wanted to get rid of me, and the next day he lay, and the next day it's kind of like what I saw with lolcow. So that's what happened. I was doing a hockey show.
Yeah,
that was it. So I got in a video argument with on Twitter, And he called me, what did he call me? Cracked out Vince Vaughn. That's what he said. So that's what happened.
I hate you so much. Get on my show. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I guess. Clown told me, he's like, I got this guy. He's great. And so, but Clown doesn't think he was doing the psych thing, because Clown, he said he had to sell me to Clown, because Clown's like, this guy's got 1,000 subs, which is kind of, I don't blame him. It's kind of reasonable. So yeah, there you go. That's it.
I mean,
that's the
in the end of
story.
the day, it worked out. I mean, for Christ's sake, everyone's on your side during this whole complete lolcow debacle.
Yeah.
And in the end of the day, you won.
Well, they were kind of on my side when he acted up on beta too, but I kind of blew it. I overplayed my hand. That's what happened. I think that's what he's waiting. I kind of overplayed my hand. Yeah. You can go back. You watch Shot from the Point, the movie, to find out all the stuff. It's right on the front page of the channel. You go watch Shot from the Point. It's an hour long. Talk to you later, man. Bye bye.
I'll check it out.
Take care. Versed, you on? Well, maybe he's not. South Park pulling other people.
Hey, do you remember that conversation you had in passing with Nick on Chud's stream about 2 weeks ago?
Which one?
The guy with, the passing conversation that you had.
No, it was like 2 days ago. I don't make fun of Randall Hughes. He donates a lot. All right, I'm gonna take some calls. How do I say that name, Jeannie? You're the English expert.
Lucaroo.
Lucaroo, you're on the air.
No.
What?
No, you're messing me off. Hold up, let me. Yeah.
Why don't you talk, you dipshit?
No, I had to turn to the YouTube.
Okay.
Hold on. All right, you did it to me.
You're supposed to be ready to do that. You're supposed to upper right hand corner clip when you get pulled.
Just press the fucking pause. You just click on the window.
Click on the window, pause. Yeah, it's not that difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine if can you imagine? Can you put yourself in my shoes for a second? Can you please? Can we have like an exercise right now, me and you?
What was it? Like 5 seconds? Like
yeah. No, put yourself in my shoes. Can we have this exercise right now? People expect as soon as I pull them to get them to talk. Not like every time when people come on and say I gotta pause it, and that wasn't 4 seconds. It was more like fucking 15, right? It kind of messes up the whole flow of things. So what I do is I gently push them to move it. So it's not an unreasonable request. When you go into the crew, you got to be ready to turn it off as soon as you're pulled. You understand?
All right.
Is that unreasonable? Is that unreasonable?
No, I'm just saying sometimes the pause play button on keyboard doesn't work exactly, but
that's not my problem. That's your problem.
Like half a second.
Nah, all right. Let's just move on. All right.
No, I want to talk about you. I think you're way more interesting than anything you're going to tell me. Upper right hand corner click, or click on the screen itself, and it pauses automatically. It's magic.
Just click on the fucking screen. It takes half a second, and it just did it.
It's done. It's been done for like
2 minutes. Then
I literally, you know if I had kept my mouth shut, I would have had like 10 seconds dead air. You realize that, right? I can't have dead air,
All right, just keep talking. But yeah, I'm just.
What do you want?
What do you want? Like
what do you want?
The guy that you talked to, I thought that you were just talking about the Mr. Beast guy that was in the video, the interview.
Yeah. Well, the guy that's not funny. Yeah. Sure.
That guy wasn't believable at all, or like the things he was saying like weren't that bad. I don't feel.
Wait a minute. Wait. So so you're saying the comedian, Mr. Beast comedian, was funny?
No. I'm saying he was in that interview. Like the things he was saying about.
What interview are you talking about? I only talked to a guy. I only talked to.
With Dog Pack.
The Dog Pack guy.
The Dog Pack guy. What was the dog? Maybe this is my fault. Who's the Dog Pack guy?
The guy from the interview.
Tommy.
The guy. I keep on hearing the guy. What guy?
Tommy, Jake Weddle.
Jake Weddle. Okay, that I know that is.
Dog Pack. There we go.
All right, now you do.
He interviewed the Dog Pack.
No, but
the other way around, bro. We just talked about this like 2 comments
I didn't talk. The word Dog Pack didn't come up once. Dog Pack. Dog Pack.
Dog Pack 04, whatever his name is. Oh my god.
The guy that I just.
Let me speak English.
All right. Yeah. Nobody speak English.
Dog Pack is the interviewer who was interviewing these people.
I had no idea who interviewed him. I only knew it from. I did no idea. This literally was mentioned to me by Chud Logic, and there was no mention of the fucking interviewer. He just told me what happened. That's it. I don't know anything else besides that.
It's that guy, Tommy. It's that
Fuck
guy.
you.
Yeah, it's the guy.
What do you want?
Yeah, you haven't seen the interview then?
No.
No, all right, no, I got.
You understand why I don't know now? It's not like completely unreasonable. I have no idea. I didn't see the interview. I went on Chud because I guess he wanted to like extend the show a little more. We debated over fucking some Mama Max video I made. Then it went somewhere else, and he asked me a couple questions like, "Where are you taking this? What's your take on that? What's your take on it?" I didn't know. Like he asked me where I take us. He didn't go into the details about how the stuff came about, and he started telling me this guy was saying like turning the lights on is a fucking Geneva Convention violation, and I thought it was funny. That's it. That's the beginning and the end of the story.
No, I agree with you. No, I was under the impression that you saw the video.
No, it was just I don't look. Here's the thing. I don't do what Nick and Chud do. I do a completely different thing. I take a cursory glance at this stuff and goof on it. That's it. That's all. I'm not in the weeds as much. There's nothing wrong with being in the weeds. I used to kind of do it myself, but I'm kind of past it now. I like taking a sort of a reaction kind of I like a cursory surface level reaction to this stuff. I don't like getting real deep into it anymore. That's like Chud's thing. And nothing wrong with it. I like Chud's stuff. I listen to him all the time. So I don't know all the details now. I think knowing the details makes you a dork. How about that? You know.
Poor Chud.
He's a dork.
Yeah, and no, that's the interview was I thought it was weird that like the guy didn't think him.
Well, I mean, if I had to guess, Mr. Beast is a hot topic to bitch about right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I had to just, I don't know, throw something out there, he's gonna sit there and try to get the most. Oh my God, Mr. Beast did this to this man and that then, because that's gonna get clicks, right? So it's probably a bunch of bullshit. I doubt he was a reliable, honest, good faith narrator. You know. You know, like I just assume like this is where I really separate myself from Chud. I assume people are full of shit on YouTube. It has to be absolutely apparent and objectively true to Chud. Me, I can say that guy's a fucking asshole. Chud's like, well, you don't know he's an asshole. Not all the T's have been crossed and the I's have been dotted. That's his style. My style is that guy's an asshole.
If you look at the dog pack video even a little bit, it's there's a lot of dog shit in there. It feels like.
I'm sure.
At least when I was watching some of it with Chris,
but my point is, I assume that's if anybody would not laugh at somebody and compared what happened to him to some kind of war crime, okay, like they instantly lose any kind of credibility with me, and like all right, I'm done listening to them. Right, that's just me. Now, Chud, what he does is he wades through that shit and criticizes it one by one. I just get tired of it and I leave.
An hour-long fucking video.
I wouldn't have gotten that far. I would have got 5. You know, my attention spans with morons is very, very thin.
Well, we did the same thing. Me and Chris watched like the first few minutes of it. The guy sounds fucking retarded. It's not worth. It's
all right. I want to see. Let's do the Chud way. No, we're doing it the Chud way. Dog packs. What's it called? Send me the video, Genie. I want to see if this guy's retarded or not. I don't think it's fair that we call this guy retarded and we don't know this for a fact. All right, you got it? You sent it to me, Jenny?
I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Okay. Oh, sir, open up your. You can watch the stream too in here. We're gonna go over this together, sir. We are.
It's with you now.
Okay. Here we go. This is Dog Pack 404. Who is allegedly a retard.
Attention is the most valuable currency in the world.
There's also this one as well. So that was his first video, and then here's the interview.
Okay, which is more retarded? I want to make sure my prediction, my assumption is correct. So 2 is more retarded. He's a sociopath.
Wait.
Okay, we'll go 2. Is he retarded? Here we go.
I'm hungry. All right, jokes for food. I wish a philanthropist YouTuber would just give me 10K and not film it. Hey, what the hell happened to you? Mr. Beast, that's what happened to me.
What we do here is go back.
Oh
yeah, I forgot to tell you, he's ripping off iDubbbz, by the way.
He's retarded.
Seems really dark. No, it's not dark. You're misunderstanding me, bro.
I think I am. Yeah.
All right, I want to hear this guy talk.
They're supposed to give me 10K to put a down payment on a...
First of all, this guy's got really bad hair.
New car, and they wanted me to get like a big flashy new car. 10K was supposed to be a down payment, and I can't afford a big flashy new car because I work at Mr. Beast. So
entitled prick, huh?
I couldn't get anything I couldn't afford the taxes on. I couldn't get anything I couldn't afford the insurance on. So I do my part of the video, and I get a mom van that I could afford. And Jimmy was like, why didn't you get a cooler car? I was like, I can't afford that, bro. Come on, what are you talking about? You know, if I was working on a TV show in the 90s, on a show that was
Well, I could say this guy's retarded. I'm not sure about the interviewer. So there we go. I've had enough already, and I can't listen to it anymore. Anything else, sir?
No.
All right. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye. No idea what anybody's talking about. You got to be fucking, you got to talk slow and stupid to me. Very slow and stupid. King Bean. Things have to be explained to me.
Hello.
Go ahead.
This is something I forgot to mention last time, but it's funny how Keem always goes for Boogie for like confirmation that you scammed him, even though you lied about cancer.
Yeah, well, I don't have a problem with that because like that's like the most uncredible source on the internet. Yeah. So that's fine with me. It will never hurt my credibility. Yeah, he's a bad guy. You might as well ask Hitler, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
What does he call that killer up in Portland? What's that guy's name? The big tall guy from I forgot his name. No, Ed Kemper. Ask Ed Kemper. I'm a bad guy.
That's California.
Yeah, same thing.
I was gonna say he was in Cali, wasn't he?
I thought he's from Portland though. Let me check. I don't know. I have to check. I don't want to put misinformation out there, and that guy Starmer will put me in jail.
Yeah, make sure you check your.
No, he's from California, you motherfucker.
Yeah, Burbank. Yeah.
Yeah, where's he born? Fuckface.
Burbank.
That's Burbank, you fucking.
Well, I'm gonna find out. I have to check. I'm gonna just do this Chud Logic way.
Born underneath this picture.
Yeah.
Born.
Oh, I had to find a look. I had to look.
Born.
I had to look. It only takes a second of your time. Yeah, if Ed Kemper said I was a bad guy, it wouldn't hurt me. And Boogie says I'm a bad guy. I don't really care. Nobody believes that guy and anything. Anything Boogie says does not have any impact on me. Shocking. Yeah. So whatever. Look. It's pretty obvious, and I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I have a problem with not getting paid. That they were making a change to the content of the show. They're turning into a prank channel, or kind of a prank and individual channel. It's not a podcast anymore. I'm a podcast. I did not fit in there, and I didn't belong there. If that's what they wanted to do. And certainly, like if he gets rid of me, because he sold it as a podcast, he sold it as organic, right? It's clearly not any of that now. And if I was there, people would ask me, is that real? And I would have to go, no, because of what I built on this side. You know, he wasn't paying. You know what? I might, if I was making like the $10,000 a month he kind of suggested we were all making, because it was $10,000 total, right? Then maybe I had went to his fucking little engagement party. I don't fucking know. But I wasn't making that kind of money, and I count on SFTP to pay the bills. So there you go.
Well,
anything else?
Later.
All right, please.
Boogie's girlfriend is 12.
Sure. Saint 2700. You're on here. Yeah, that was epic. Saint, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello. You're on the air, buddy.
Tommy,
Hello.
is this open phones?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear him?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here. Hold on.
Yes.
My headphones
Wait,
in.
I can't hear him.
Yes. Yes, it is. It is. It is. Yes. Yes. It's
Yeah,
yes.
I've been doing a lot of debating with people on
Can you hear this
TikTok.
guy?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Verse,
Are you
fucking
fucking?
stop
Are you
it.
fucking off? First, stop. Let him talk.
I realized that a lot of people on the internet aren't really living in reality. They live in this kind of fantasy.
Can I
world.
ask you? Is this a new epiphany, or is this something you've known for a while?
It's something I've known for a while.
Okay, I was just
when you confirm it for yourself, and it's just like, oh damn, I didn't think it was.
I gotta tell everybody. I gotta tell everybody Santa Claus doesn't exist. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh man, they're talking about you go against the grain. They call you all type of names. They're not even listening to what you're saying. I'm a black guy, so
Me too.
I think I'm right leaning.
You lost me.
You're white leaning? Oh, you're right leaning.
No, I said right leaning.
I'm black guy, but that kind of I'm white leaning. There's probably a lot of liberals that would say you're a white leaning.
Yeah, that's exactly what they say.
Yeah.
They go, it's giving Uncle Tom.
Yeah, Uncle Tom.
It's giving Uncle Sam.
Oh,
I'm like, are you listening to what I'm saying, or are you just assuming that?
No, I'm
going.
I'm checking to see if my bike's in the backyard still. That's what I'm. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Saint.
My wallet just got a lot lighter.
And if you talk about men and women and roles, and they automatically go, oh, you're a misogynist, or you're a toxic man portraying toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
and it's
so true. Preach that truth.
It's not true. They were saying that men are inherently toxic. Would you agree with that, Tommy?
Yes. All I think about is pussy and iron shirts.
I wouldn't say we're inherently toxic. I think you can participate in toxic masculinity.
You can. I don't even believe in that. I don't even believe in toxic masculinity.
This is so stupid.
What do you need, sir?
Can we please talk about anything else?
What do you need? I'm not really a political streamer. I say some of my personal politics. I don't really talk about.
Okay, let me think of something else.
I do have politics.
Right,
I just let you know.
Wait. Everybody pause.
Stop fucking with this guy. Can I complete this call, please? I don't have any black friends. I want to make one. Stop it first.
Trying to gatekeep.
Star Wars sucks.
You lost, Tommy. Get the fuck out of here.
Star Wars sucks. All right. You know what you need to do? Are you busy? You out of work?
Yeah, I'm out of work. All
right. Here's what I want you to do. You need a crash course in brain surgery. You don't need me right now. Listen to me later, but you need the quartering. He will tell you Star Wars sucks. He will tell you that the feminists are no good. I will too, but in a different scenario. But he always keeps those videos coming. I'm not as right. I'm probably not as right leaning as you think. I'm reasonably right leaning, but.
I've been listening to you for years since I was a teenager. So
but I'm not. I've kind of gotten off. Like I talk about my own personal feelings about politics, but I'm not a political streamer by any stretch. I don't get in debates. I don't do the red tube shit. I'm not that interested. I say what I say. You like it or you don't like it. And,
right.
If you challenge me, you can call up here and challenge me. If you challenge me to debate, I probably won't even take it because I think it's stupid.
You're so real for that, Tommy.
Oh, shut up. What is this guy spamming me for? Hey, Tommy, me and my wife have been watching you a long time. We both wanted to say we hate you and your laugh. Yeah, I hope your wife has crotch rot. How about that, fuckface? All right, thanks for the call, Sane. I do appreciate it.
All right, Tommy, thanks.
Peace, brother. Take care. Spam my chat. How dare you? Is that it? Is that the show? Oh, God, it's almost 2 hours. Oh, you fucking asshole. I hate you. Oh, I hate that. I'm fucking reading Patreon right now. I'm trying to get at it. I hate that. It sounds so fucking real. I hate that. If you have headphones on, it's it sounds exactly like the time when I got in trouble I lived because the thing is I rolled the window down before I did this because I have to because otherwise the neighborhood gets pissed off. You're such a jerk off. Oh, I hate you. I hate you, and
it's the fastest I ever see you move. I swear to God.
Stop. I mean, what do you mean? You've got me like 12 times with that thing. For Christ's sakes.
It never gets old.
Oh yeah. Thanks. You're an asshole.
No.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't beat you with a knife, so.
I don't want to do. You know what? I'm not doing the after show, and I'll tell you why. Look at my face. I'm sweating like a pig, and I do not want to sweat like a pig anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of sweating like a pig. Matt, this is the guaranteed reads. Mavsy, Oatback, Mexon, Abby Blackburn, Ashley B, Billion Bones, Blue Jacket, Cody Grill, Everborn, Final Flash, Latchkey Goth Boy, Little Manly, Monkey D Hugo. I don't even know. Nesquik, Not Your Typical Mom, Panic Pun, Reynolds Hughes who called in, Taylor D, Tommy C. Scott, Trippy Savage, Irish, GD, Picklington. You always get red if you're. Oh shit. Well, that was just the money. I wanted to do this thing with the. It's not gonna work. And capture the damn chat, but that's obviously not gonna work. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, good. Then I just deleted the wrong fucking thing. Super. All right. So thank you all. And yeah, I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna go out because I don't want to be inside and sweating my nuts off.
Do you have a clip of that?
And watching The Walking Dead. I'm gonna come down there and kick your ass, you yellow rat bastard. I wish I could play those things, but you get claimed. If I do, you know what I'll do? Here's what I'll do. What time is it? It's 2300. Yeah, maybe we'll do it after show. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna play the 2 bar tapes.
Again.
Oh, I did it a while ago. Okay, anybody want to know the 2 bar? Whatever that guy's tweeting about, and I'll do it for free. This is a free show. Anybody can join. 2 bar. We'll do an after show. I guess I am going to stay in here, and I'll play the 2 bar clips. Yeah, I did that a couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. No,
I love it.
I'm just out of it right now.
Oh yeah, me too. Today's the 13th, right?
Yeah. Yes, today's the 13th.
14th. Okay, so the after show's in there. Maybe I will do an after show. I'm just gonna get something to drink and all that other stuff. Thank you so much, everybody. Starts in 20 minutes, but it's gonna be starting before that, so you guys can go in there now if they allow it. And I'll be in there soon. Thanks so much for everybody. Watching. I fucking hate your guts. I want to kill you. And if you have, I hate you. Duty is seething. Duty is seething. Duty is seething. What's that about? All right, see you in the after show. And it's free. I'll be in there. Check out the 2 bar tapes. Noah, watching from work. Thanks so much. Peace.